So this is for my friend Michelle and Allergy. You were my favorite person. I loved your beauty, your warmth, your intelligence. Our first cup of coffee lasted 4 hours. And that was all it took to form a friendship, a connection that would cure my loneliness. You welcomed me into your home, that place of color, delicious smells, cookies, and chick flicks. We spent beautiful nights together. I would curl up on your couch and sleep, and that's how safe I felt, how accepted in your home. And you brought women together. They bonded under your roof, at your parties, eating your cookies. I so wanted to be like you, to love like you, and to flourish like you. When we realized we were hung up on the same failings, we made long lists of our sins, built a fire in your backyard, and burned those sad papers. They smothered the glow with their awful contents, then suddenly burst into yellow flame, and we laughed, you and I, so happy that those acts were dead. We were as certain in each other's confidence to hold those confessions as we were in the gritty ashes. So we went out for coffee, our shoulders free of burdens we had helped each other destroy. When I got my first kiss, you were my first call. You were the only one I told with a blush on my cheek that he used his tongue. Is that okay? Inexplicably, you stopped trusting me. I didn't know the day, I didn't mark the hour, but when you told me, it's personal. I knew something had shifted and I hadn't been paying attention. When I pushed, it got worse. You stopped believing in my love and doubted the sincerity of my affection. The stuffed bunny that I brought to your hospital room was cheesy, and the card that I signed seemed faithless. Your precious phone calls were spent on other people, nicer people, more trustworthy than me. And my boyfriend rubbed my shoulders as I wept for you, missing you, although you sat in bitterness a mere 2 miles from my apartment. Leaders and mentors assured me that you were ill with depression and your rejection was not a result of my failure. I had been burned by that same illness and I knew the pain that you were in. And I was eaten up with frustration that you wouldn't allow me to console you. So I prayed for you. I sought the gates of heaven on your behalf, begging that you would be released from the grip of despair. It was the most I could do. And I believed that God would hear me for you because my love was strong and true still. I found other confidants, but I never forgot you. And the memory of our days together was always precious. And when I moved away, I hoped to find such a good friend again. News of your death reached me hundreds of miles away. And the dreaded word suicide felt like a blow to my gut. And I sat in Kaufman Union and wept for you again. And in the midst of my pain, I hoped that you would look down and see how I mourned for you, that you would finally feel my love. I smoked a chain of cigarettes on my porch, ate whole pounds of chocolate trying to stave off the pain of losing you. My heart broke for your sickness. My heart raged that depression was allowed to take your life, and my prayers narrowed down to one cry. Oh God, my friend that I loved! And there is no way to rationalize your death. No way to be content with losing me like that. After weeks of mourning, my Lord spoke to me because he knew that my anger had finally died down to a smoldering ache and I would finally listen. And although his words did not bring me back, did not explain why I was saved from death and you weren't. He comforted me with knowing that your illness, pain, and struggles are behind you. That you do know now how deeply we all cared for you. And I believe that even now you are baking cookies in heaven and inviting the saints to a feast at your mansion. And I believe that because I know that when the